Good morning, folks. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We are located in Frederick, Colorado. Today we are going to be showing you a 2025 Freightliner M2 106 Plus with the Summit hauler conversion. My name is Paul Lavoie. Let's get started on the front here. You're going to see that they've got the customized Summit hauler grill right here. Makes it pop just a little bit more. Very, very nice conversion. Down below there, you've got Freightliner's patented three-piece bumper right here, just making it so that if anything does happen on the road, it's very easy to change out, making sure that you are not off of the road for a very long time. So just a quick change, just 1, 2, and 3, very easy to do. You've got your recovery hooks right here, and this is a very important safety piece right here. This is with the Detroit Assurance. That is your front end radar, making it so that if you are not paying attention, if somebody brakes in front of you, that it will actually brake for you. Right here, we have our compressed fiberglass hood, very durable. We get a lot of hail here in Colorado, so this makes it so that you're not going to get those little dings, making it a lot easier to keep clean. In there, we have our Cummins L9 ISL engine. It is coupled with the it is coupled, if I could talk, this would be great. It is coupled with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. It is a 6-speed automatic transmission. And if you're mechanically inclined, you see how wide open it is. It's very easy to work on this. You've got your coolant up there, your air filter right up there, your oil fill right here, and then your dipstick right there. Right here, this is one of 2 fuse boxes, very easy to access, so you can maintenance and make sure everything's working properly. Down below here, you've got your power steering fluid, and then your fuel filter water separator right down here. If your battery does happen to die, if you leave any electronics on, there's a lead system right in here. You've got the negative and positive in there, so you can get it a quick jump if it's able to. It's a nice little feature, so you don't have to access the point of the batteries that are in the back. These tires we have right here are 255/80 R22.5s. And then we add a special feature on here. There's an extra drum in there, making it so it's balancing the wheels out, keeping as much surface area on the ground, making it so that you are not just bouncing on the highway while you're driving down, being safe as possible, and it actually helps with the longevity of the tires. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the hood here. It's very easy to actually do this, both opening and closing. It is going to fight you back when you're pushing it down, and that's a huge safety feature that is implemented in these, just in case you're working on the actual engine or anything, any components in there. It's not going to slam down on you. Very nice feature they add. Just make sure that you do tie it down once you're done. Very easy to do. There's 2 of these, one on this side and then one on the other. Right here, we do have our breakaway mirrors. When I say breakaway, they do actually break away if something gets hit. So just like this, boom, boom, making it so it's not going to just rip and shear it off. Easy enough to actually do it. Right up here, we've got powered mirrors. They're powered and heated up here. And then this is your blind zone warning. Looking out for even further, you'll have to manually adjust this one. Down below, your engine block heater right here. For those cold nights, just make sure that you do plug in so your fuel's not getting gunked up. You got 2 step-ups right here. It's a very large surface area right here, so you're getting as much feet on there as possible. If it is icy or slick out, making sure that we're not sliding off. You do have a handle right here as well. Try to keep 3 points of contact. Right here, we've got one of our fuel doors. This is one of 2. And inside there, you're gonna see a 50-gallon tank. You do have a 50-gallon on the other side, making a total of 100 gallons. And this one to the right is your DEF tank. That is a 6-gallon DEF tank. You're getting roughly about 350 miles per gallon with that. It is lockable. Just make sure in the winter time, you got to really pay attention to this. If you're going through a lot of slush or if you're raining and it's actually cold out, this could potentially get frozen over, so just be careful with that. Inside here, we have our Summit hauler conversion. We have an insert right here with the gray trim. It makes it really pop. I love this. But a very durable, very comfortable leather. It is an air ride seat. All you do is adjust it accordingly however you want right there, but it will absorb all the shock by all the bumps on the road. Controls for your lumbar right here, heated seat right here, and then of course your tilt feature, making you a little bit more comfortable. With every Freightliner comes the kill switch, making it so that if you're not a daily driver with this, you can turn that switch off and it kills all your electronics, just saving your batteries. On the inside right here, you have your light test button. When you're ready to go on a trip, you would just kick that button. You'll do a walk around on the outside of the actual truck, making sure all your indicator lights, your backup lights, brake lights, headlights are all working properly. We're gonna get this one started here. Just make sure when you are starting these up, you do this kind of feature. You will kick it over to accessories mode. It's gonna do a safety check, make sure everything's going. And then all of a sudden, takes about 5 seconds or 5 clicks, turn it on, fires right up. In the back here, we do have our 3-passenger sofa. I call it a sofa because you can actually turn this down into a bed, which is the best feature, and that is, DOT regulates this as a bed. So if you are, doing your long drives, you need to catch some shut-eye, you can pull over to the side of the road and make sure you're comfortable. Just make sure you have a blanket and pillow. Try to not keep any weight on this. If there's any weight on there, passengers and or gear, it tends to burn out the motor, so we will try to not do that. Make sure that the tracks are actually greased as well, helping it out a lot. Right here, you've got your panel for your batteries. If you do need to maintenance them, it's just a very easy panel to access. 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th bolt in the back. Pull it right off, and then you're able to access that. Right here, we have our trickle charger. If you want to top off those batteries, you can just go ahead and plug in, but if you need to actually charge something else, you can actually pull it from it as well. Track system going all the way down here, so you can access the bed as well. But you see right above here, we have a very large storage area. This is one of 2 of this size. Inside, you've got it diamond plated, very durable. Right there, we have a flare system right in there, just in case anything does happen. But the best feature about this is the air line that we have added to it. So if you need to pump up a tire, or if you need to air anything out, blow the cab out, you have the ability to do that. There's also a fire extinguisher in there, trying to be as safe as possible in case anything does happen. Another part about this is the outside of this is actually weather sealed in, making it so that as little moisture as possible actually gets in there. But a great thing is they're all lockable too. On the back here, we have another storage one of 2 of this size, a little bit smaller. Diamond plate is still very durable. People will put like their chains or their flares in there if they'd like. All of these storage bins are lockable and all weatherproof. Coming up along the bed here, this is an aluminum bed, but it is covered with the diamond plating, making it very durable, lightweight. And some people might say, hey, well, that might actually be bad for the load in the back. Well, we do add a steel plate in there, making it so we're counterbalancing it, so you won't be skipping up and down the road. Right here, we have added 2 pre-drilled holes here if you want to add anything to the bed. Most people will put an exterior storage bin if they need it, an exterior or an added fuel tank if they want, or even a spare tire. Nice feature they've added too. On the top here, we've got our backup camera and some indicator lights. We use the Voyager system with this one. You can hook up to 4 cameras on this. You can do the ability of actually doing wireless now because they've just added that feature as well. Down below here, you're gonna notice this track system going down the bed. Those are for tie downs. It is a 1,000-pound weight limit. If you need to tie anything down like a spare tire, if you would like, you have the ability to do that as well. In the middle here, we have what we call our trough system. There is part of the steel plate right here. It is already pre-drilled for both gooseneck and 5th wheel, so you can kind of customize it however you would like. Makes it a lot easier. Hookups for your electronics for your 5th wheel and bumper pull, 5th wheel, gooseneck, and bumper pull all right here. Electronics for your hardwire Voyager system right here. So if you're hooking up to a trailer, just make sure your camera system in the back is hooked up. Right here, we have our Gen Y 30,000-pound weight limit bumper pull. You can customize this however you would like. You can raise it up or down. You can change out the receiver however you would like. Right now we have a 2 5/16 ball, and below we have a 2-inch. I know that the 3-inch is coming a little bit more popular, but you can absolutely customize it however you like. It's very easy to do as well. Coming around here, you're gonna see the other side of what I was going over earlier. You've got both storage bins right there. Once again, lockable, very easy to access. And then coming down here, same side steps, but also your second fuel door with your second 50 fuel gallon tank. Once again, that is 2 50-gallon tanks total of 100 gallons. Once again, lockable. This is a self-leveling fueling system, so you still do have to fill up both sides, but it will self-level as you're just going, so you don't need to, you know, get out, hit a switch or anything like that. Very, very easy to do. Front passenger right here. A lot of space in there. Same capabilities as the driver's seat. An air ride seat, just controlled right there. Lumbar, heated seats, and then your tilt feature. I was mentioning earlier in the engine compartment that you do have two fuse panels. This is where the other one is. It's very easy to access. You would just pull down from here, release it, and then you can access those fuses just right there. We're gonna show you the other side of the back right here. He's gonna get up in there and we're gonna show the interior cab, but when he gets up in there, he's gonna show you the back console. A couple more power options if you would like to charge a laptop, a tablet, anything that you really can think of. There's a couple of 110s there, and then a couple of USB-Cs to get you on your way. As we're hopping up in here, you're gonna notice a very large windshield right here. This is 2,500 square inches of windshield, making it so that we are being as safe as possible so you can see everything what's going on. In the middle here, you're gonna see another part of the Detroit Assurance Safety Package coupled with the radar up front, what we were going over earlier. This one's more for your lane keep assist, but it does impact the front end crash alert as well. So if you are going outside of your lane without signaling, you're gonna hear an audible on both sides, one depending on which side you're on. And it's going to warn you, hey, you're signaling, or you're not signaling while you're going outside your lane. What's going on? So just trying to be as safe as possible. Up here, we have a couple of storage parts right here. There's a panel right here. You can set this up however you would like. Most people will put a CB in here, but you can just pull it right out, and then it's an open area in the back. Right here, this is our Voyager system. So this is what we were talking about with the backup camera. And I told you that you can add 4 cameras to it. It's very easy to cycle through as well. You would just press this button, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, and then the great feature, you can do split screen, even 1, 2, and 3, and then of course 1, 2, 3, and 4. But otherwise, keep it wherever you would like. This will be on the entirety of your drive and will not turn off after a certain mile per hour. To the left of it, you got your air horn. And then of course a secondary mic up here for your Bluetooth, making sure that you can make phone calls and be as safe as possible without keeping it up to your ear. Down below here on the door panel, you've got your controls for your windows and your mirrors. You notice that there's only 2 right here. Well, there's a key feature on here. To do the rear windows, you just press this down and then you can adjust it accordingly. And then when you're done, just press it again, then you're back to the front. This is defrost right here for your side mirrors, and then controls to make sure you're adjusting that accordingly. On the steering wheel right here, you've got controls for the dashboard right here. Very easy to customize it however you would like. Right here, turn signals, windshield wipers, pretty easy to use. On the right side here, answering and hanging up phone calls through your Bluetooth, and then of course, cruise control. On the right side right here, we have got the controls for the transmission. So you got your drive, neutral, and reverse, but you have the ability to get into a manual or automatic transmission mode. Most people will do the automatic, but if you want to kick it over into a manual mode, you have the ability to do it. Once you do that, it'll show you on the dash, and you're going up in gears going that way, and then down gears coming this way. Another feature on this stick right here is actually the engine brake too. So if it's all the way up, it's off, but it has 3 levels. You'll just go level 1, level 2, level 3, depending on the intensity of the braking that you want. Dashboard right here, just showing you everything what's going on with the actual truck. RPMs right here, your oil pressure right here. This is your fuel gauge. And right now, the white one is almost full, but you have the blue one, that is your DEF. So it's got the 2 different gauges on there, letting you know exactly what's going on. You've got your digital display showing you everything on there. Speed right here. You got your air pressure right here. Once again, this one does have a primary and a secondary gauge on here. Primary is white, the secondary is blue. Water temperature right there, just to finish that off. And we'll jump right over here. If you do have air brakes on your trailer, this is the controls for it right there. And then this is the air controls for your actual truck. Button right here is for your subwoofer. If you need a little bit more bass in the infotainment system, you have the ability of changing it right there. Down below that is your trailer gain, your red arc system that we have added to it. So you can, if you have the electronic brakes on your trailer, you can set up the gain however you would like. Hazards, dome light, footwell light, and then your pre-trip light. Pretty much self-explanatory. The pre-trip, if you didn't know what that was, you'll hit that while you're hooked up with your trailer. It'll take about a minute to start. Once it does, you'll walk around the entirety of the truck and the trailer, showing you that all the indicator lights are actually working properly. These 4 buttons right here, these are added options that you can actually put onto the actual truck if you want. Sometimes we add a light bar, we'll put the button right there, but really you can customize it however you want. Some people will even put a winch up front as well. Down below here, this is a part of your safety systems. All of these first 3 buttons, the safety systems are always on. These are the buttons to turn it off. So you've got your automatic brake assist, your lane departure warning, and then your traction control. This 4th button is the most important out of all of them though. It is your shutdown override button. This is when you'll get an alert on the front. If anything is going wrong with the engine, it's gonna let you know, hey, we're shutting down the engine after about 30 or 45 seconds. But let's say you're in the middle of the highway and you need to get over as fast as possible, but you don't have enough time to, what you're gonna do is actually push that button. It'll make it so that engine just continues to go no matter what, but make sure that you get over as fast as you can, because when you hit that button, that engine is gonna keep going until it cannot go anymore. So let's just be safe out there. To the right of that, you've got your controls for your rear air, cool, heat, and then the fan speed right here. If it's in the neutral position, it's not gonna be going on at all. So you would have to actually put it into that, and then whichever one you would actually want. Down below there, you've got your locking differential, and then your suspension dump. If you have a low trailer, you would just hit that button, drops it down so you can get even lower. To the right of that, you've got your hookups for your infotainment system right here. You've got USB-A and then an HDMI, so you can actually hook it up. And you've got Apple and Android CarPlay right here, and your phone will actually come directly up on the screen. This already does have a navigation, but if you prefer a different navigation, you actually can put it up there as well. A nice little feature, but it's very user-friendly. You don't need to be a techie for this. It's self-explanatory of stuff that actually goes on with it. Volume control right in the middle, very easy to handle. You've got a couple other power options right over here. On the top here, you've got your 12 volt. On the bottom, you've got some more power for USB-Cs. Down below that, you've got controls for your front climate control. Your fan speed is the first one, your different zones is the second, and then if you want it heated and cooled, is the right one, the third. You got your recirculated air right there. Jumping into the middle console. Very large middle console for huge cup holders. If anything does spill, they're very easily cleanable. It's a nice feature. I think that's great. And that guy spills stuff all the time. So in the middle here, you've got storage for your middle console. Whatever you want to store in there, you can keep files or just general stuff in there if you'd like. That about wraps this one up, guys. But if you're interested in this 2025 Freightliner M2 106 Plus with a summit hauler conversion, feel free to get a hold of me. My information's down below. It's paul.lavoy@transwest.com, or you can call me at 303-503-3305. Thanks for hanging out.